My name is Sue Pickering. I started learning the cello when I was about 14 years old. At first, it was just a hobby, but lately I've taken a more serious interest, and the idea of spending 10 days playing and discussing music really appealed to me. So I applied to come to the Tasmanian String Summer School.
And was successful, and if it was followed by other summer schools, if this flame that inspires you in trying to master what you are trying to do, we owe it basically to one person in our midst, to a maestro, Jan
We all arrived yesterday. I came with 2 friends from Canberra, and after doing the enrolment bit and getting my room sorted out, I had a chance to meet some of the others. In a place as big as Australia, there are long distances between musicians and different cities, and here I met people who were formerly just names to me. With all the rehearsals and lectures, I had trouble finding time to study my various parts. I just had to grab every spare moment that I could find, which was often during my lunch breaks. Elgar has always been one of my favourite composers. I suppose being a cellist has led me to be especially fond of his music through familiarity with his cello concerts. Maybe as a string player I'm biased, but I particularly like Elgar's string music. I love the way he uses the rich sound qualities of a large body of strings. At the first rehearsal of Elgar's introduction to Allegro, I had some trouble playing the syncopated semiquavers, most of which have the added difficulty of being played with the bow bouncing off the string. Later, I was able to bring up these problems in one of the discussion periods. There was no lack of comments and ideas, some of them more helpful than others. Some interesting ideas about more than just the difficult parts of the Elgar came up. Anyway, the outcome of it all was that I could tackle the difficulties, and hopefully I've overcome them. A few days ago, we were televised during a rehearsal and discussion period. It was all pretty informal, with just about everybody having something to say. The boss took a back seat in this, a different experience for both us and him. I think he was encouraging us to try and work things out for ourselves. Apart from playing in the Elgar, I've had the chance to play chamber music. Playing as one of 4 in a quartet was a totally different experience to playing with the same people amongst many others in this orchestra. It's a new experience for me to play as one member of such a large string orchestra. Being part of such a big, rich sound is exciting, but also difficult. I find it hard to hear whether it's me or somebody else who's playing a bit out of tune. Somehow, my own individual sound becomes lost in the bigger combined sound of 8 or so cellos. Towards the end of the week, We took a break from the music school and spent the afternoon at Claudio Alcorso's home. It's a fantastic Spanish-style house built on the banks of the Derwent River, and it was great just being there, sitting and talking music. Claudio Alcorso has for years taken a very active role in the development of the arts, especially music. Helen, who is sitting in front of me, played some of the Elgar cello concerto in a masterclass the other day. Everybody thought she played very well, with a beautiful sound, although they still found things to criticise and discuss. On Saturday afternoon, a barbecue had been organised. The weather was a bit miserable, but most people braved it, and I think enjoyed themselves. The 10 days I spent at the summer school are days I will always remember. Thanks to Jan Zadivka's stimulating classes, I came away with a greater awareness of approaches to the problems of playing a stringed instrument. I also had a wonderful time making music together with other people, chamber music, as well as the enjoyable experience of playing Elgar in a large string orchestra.